Let me be clear. The United States is not losing to Iran. It hasn't come close to losing, and the idea that it is a product of internet contrarianism and stupidity, not reality. I've gotten increasingly frustrated watching TikToks, YouTube Shorts, and other videos from other places which keep pushing this stupid narrative. The US is infinitely weak, the empire is going to collapse tomorrow, and Iran is about to win. It's not analysis, it's just content farming. Dudes like Professor Zhang, Baus, and a crapload of others push this the hardest. All to get you silly fools, I said it, fools, to watch and pay them. Ironically, half of them are claiming to be some kind of a Marxist or communist, yet they extract you and mislead you just for a few bucks. A lot of it is based in hate for Bibi, Netanyahu, and Trump. Understandably, both guys suck as people. I hate them too, but that's not really an excuse to go online. I would say most of these takes, probably 90%, fail at the most basic scale. Anywhere, anyone, China, Russia, maybe not Iran now, they'll tell you that the United States has the largest and most technologically advanced military in human history. Maybe not China, actually. Not just in size, but logistics, intelligence, global reach, and force projection. We're talking about hundreds of overseas bases from Europe to Africa, Asia, Middle East itself. Carrier strike groups that can operate anywhere on Earth and move. Air superiority, they've been blowing up planes and Iranian everything with planes. Yeah, I think 6 or 7 planes so far got shot down, an F-15, 3 helicopters, one being at Chinook. Um, I think one F-35 got hit. Other than that, it's not much. Compared to Iran, I mean, seriously? I don't hate Iran, I don't hate anybody. But you have to be ridiculous to believe that a regional power that relies heavily on asymmetric warfare, proxies, militias, missiles, not because it wants to, but because it has to, can actually defeat the world's largest military. Trump is probably, at the very least, too egotistical to see his own flaws, but he's not so idiot that he'd actually go to war with Iran if he didn't know he'd win. If he was that crazy, he would have fought China and Russia too. He hasn't. Yet. I don't think he will, but you never know. It's not a fair fight. It never was, it never will be. I don't know if Iran will collapse or not, but it's not gonna win. And anything it can salvage is going to be a few crumbs. What's crazier is I hear even more insane takes. There's this claim, which I think is ridiculous on its face, but some people actually believe America had never won a war. Which is, what? I mean, you know what Nazism is? Who won there? The Japanese? Who won there? Like, let's not be dumb. If you want to go further into the future, the Gulf War. Yeah, Iraq wasn't kept, wasn't held. That's an occupation, not a war. It was, I think, 4 weeks? 5 weeks? Before Saddam Hussein was being flown back to America. Like, what kind of crazy shit is that? 5 weeks. China didn't do that. I mean, that's... Seriously. People, I won't even say confused, misconstrue military victory with political outcomes. They're not the same. Iraq and Afghanistan became long, complicated occupations, but the original military objectives, toppling regimes, dismantling armies, were achieved quickly and very decisively. You can criticize the strategy afterward, I do, but don't rewrite what actually happened. It should be known and understood that Iran is not trying to defeat the US, it's trying to survive. It backs Hezbollah, it probably is trying to strike up deals with the Kurds in Iraq, all because it wants to live. It closed the Strait of Hormuz because it was the only thing it could have thought of to stop America from, well, just hitting and smacking and stepping on them. And even that's beginning to fail. Talks broke down, but America's now opened its own borders. And I think it's using fuel from Venezuela to make up for the lack of oil from the Strait of Hormuz. It sucks for the Gulf, because that means this isn't over for them. But that fact alone is enough to say, alright, this case is closed. You gotta ask with Russia and China here. Today, actually, China was accused, at least, of trying to send air defense stuff to Iran during the ceasefire talks. The CIA is the one telling us this. You know the CIA. It wouldn't be too far out of reality, but it could be a lie. Saying it's true, though, regardless, what have they done this whole time? They fumbled on Venezuela. They can't do anything for Cuba, right? And now Iran is being tested. You wouldn't be surprised if Trump went crazy and tried to go get North Korea. That would get you nuked. He wouldn't do that. I hope not. But otherwise, China, Russia, paper tigers. China especially more than Russia. Russia has its own problems. I can at least give them respect for that. For fighting this long against a state backed by must be half the entire world's economy. From Germany and all the EU to America itself. But aside from Russia, the strait is being blocked only because it is the only target that Iran knows it can economically hurt America and, well, not even Israel, because they get their oil from Azerbaijan. That's north. That's use the Strait of Hormuz. But to affect somebody, it's not working. I say curtains are closing soon. I feel bad for the Iranian people. I think this is a bad thing generally, but don't lie. You know, they're just trying to survive. They're not gonna make it. It's gonna be Libya again, or Iraq again, or Syria again. Iran is just the last large, strong holdouts against Israel, which Israel has been using the United States of America to slowly destroy over the last 50, 60 years. Unfortunately, they can caught in the crossfire. I think Pakistan and Afghanistan are going to get a reckoning when India, backed by Israel and the United States of America, begins its rise into power. And China is going to maybe have to pull some, I don't know what, to try and win, or stay on top at least. But the American century has not ended. And all you can do is hope that goodness prevails in the end. At this rate, I don't know if it will. We got an Epstein Islander as the president. He's probably not going to go to jail when he finally leaves the presidency. We got Israel on the rise. You know, not to say that Iran killing its own people, Muslims bombing people, and suicide bombing, not really bombing. Never mind. The point is, all the guys are kind of assholes. I wouldn't try to take such a strong side, especially with Muslims. I don't hate Muslims, am I wrong? But a lot of them are crazy. Christians too, but Muslims mostly. End point is, goodbye Iran. Uh, I just had to say it because I was getting annoyed. It's a quick rant video, nothing else.